Mr. Gary Gensler, you are fired.
You know, crypto, though, is becoming almost an election issue. There's reports that former President Trump is going to speak at this big Bitcoin conference. He said that he will end, quote, Joe Biden's war on crypto. And there's one more. It's become such a big deal that Mark Cuban has actually said that you, Mr. Gensler, could, quote, literally cost Joe Biden the election. What's your response to this?
Both presidential campaigns court the votes of the 50 million crypto investing Americans. And with very first CNN presidential debate today, cryptocurrency for the first time in its history is a presidential issue.
President Trump has obviously positioned himself as a candidate that is pro-Bitcoin. He believes that all Bitcoin should be mined in the U.S. and has been very open in his relationships with Bitcoin miners and people in the space. The Biden administration has been very hostile to Bitcoin, through its various agencies, whether it's the banking and the so-called Operation Choke Point 2.0, whether it's the SEC, etc. I'm sensing a thawing of the cold, if you would, from the Biden administration as they realize there are 55 million voters in this country who care about crypto. That's a pretty large voting bloc.
President Biden doesn't change his hostile stance on crypto by the debate today, or at least by the election in November, because crypto markets do give Trump a 59% chance of winning. Again, because Americans hold crypto, what does Chair Gary Gensler, who was appointed by Biden, have to say about this?
What's your response to this?
I'm going to be easy with you, Anne Maria. I don't speak about elections.
You don't have a response to Mr. Cuban?
I just really, look, my role as a securities regulator, as chair of this great 5,000-person agency that oversees $120 trillion capital markets, we are here to look out for investors, look out for issuers, and where appropriate, to be a cop on the beat. And we have a set of rules.
It's like Gary Gensler doesn't want to answer the question. He seems a little shaky, a little unnerved. Seems he knows he's about to be fired.
Let me ask it a different way. Are you surprised by the political movement we've seen around crypto?
Again, I'm a securities regulator. I'm focused every day on that part of my job, which is protecting the investors, looking out for issuers, access to markets, fair, orderly, and efficient markets. And with all respect, I hope your listeners understand that's my role. Other people can speak about elections.
Let's not forget, 10 years ago, today Bitcoin OG Max Kaiser gave a Russell Brand a 1,000 Bitcoins after recording this video.
Right, okay. So things like Wonga, get rid of them altogether.
They should be burned at the stake. They should be the Tower of London is right over there. When they had people like Wonga a couple hundred years ago, they would be taken to the tower and beheaded. That is a deterrent. If there's no deterrent, then bankers will continue doing what they're doing. Beheading, historically, has been a deterrent.
Historically, beheading works.
It works.
So, all right. So, Max, you've got two policies.
Don't mollycoddle the bankers. Don't say, "Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Banker. Is there something I can get you? Oh, you're just a little baby in the woods. Just because you committed massive fraud doesn't mean we're going to penalize you. Please, Mr. Banker, don't hurt my house price." No, they should be taken down the tower, and their heads should be chopped off, so that other bankers see that and say, "You know what? Maybe I won't commit fraud this week." Maybe the executives at Wanda won't be thinking, "Hey, how do we rip the system off by gaming the system and sending out fake lawyers again? Because Joey, our CEO, his head is on a pike over there by the Tower of London."
This interview was done back in 2014. Russell Brand was given 1,000 Bitcoins, which is now worth 57 million, but he lost them. We also got amazing Solana news. Solana unveils Blinks for blockchain. This is a very unique project introduced by Solana. It's a new feature called Blinks that allows blockchain actions to be shared as links, embeds, and QR codes, enabling users to initiate Solana transactions directly from any platform. development actually aiming for? This aim is to simplify and expand the use of Solana's blockchain capabilities, potentially increasing its adoption and utility across various internet platforms. AIT protocol is making a huge news. We've just earned 1 million tokens. The team is fully focused on shipping and ensuring sustainable tokenomics. If you are still wondering, AIT protocol is gamifying AI training.
AI models eventually train themselves, but in the early days, when you're training a model, it's basically human feedback that's happening. And you need to do that. Or you might have an AI that hallucinates down the wrong path in perpetuity. Having human feedback there that can help classify and quantify certain aspects of the model, put them on the right path is extremely important. The original idea for AIT protocol was to create a decentralized marketplace that allowed for human trainers of models and then the actual model owners themselves to connect in a marketplace. And then the human trainers of those models could fine-tune, tweak, label data within that model, and then earn rewards in the form of tokens for doing that. And so then instead of these model owners having to go to these huge human-in-the-loop, basically factories around the world, they could go and just plug their model directly into the decentralized marketplace. It's very similar to play to earn, if you're familiar with that concept. You are participating in this ecosystem, and for your participation, you're earning rewards in that protocol's token. And so the same thing happens here with AIT. If you're here to train a model and you plug in and you do the work, you're going to earn AIT tokens as compensation for the work that you've done. And so they've aptly dubbed that train.
We've got one more for today's video. Ethereum L2 Blast just did an airdrop. Blast issues 17 billion tokens in airdrop, 35% of allocations claimed, just 1 hour after token launch. So why is it important to know? Because this means an Ethereum L2 scaling network Blast distributed 17 billion Blast tokens to its network's early adopters. More than 1/3 have already been claimed, meaning expect volatility in the selling, maybe the buying, in both directions in this volatile short term. Important notice, if you are a part of the 911 crypto community that was farming this airdrop, make sure you claim. Remember, do not fall for the scam links that appear all over Twitter and other social media, saying click the link, claim your airdrop. Make sure it's directly from the real company. Obviously, we've got a lot to cover. As always, more news and daily reports to come. If you haven't subscribed yet, please help yourself by smashing that like button and notification bell. 911 Crypto Emergency is here for you to keep you updated 24/7.
911 Crypto Emergency. As always, stay tuned and safe.